to Mistress, Mood, and Candlelight, where I talk about a horror book, a horror movie, or a horror video game for your viewing pleasure while I put on makeup because I love makeup. And you get to watch me put it on while I talk about some creepy things. So, welcome to the first episode of Mistress, Mood, and Candlelight. Today, we're going to be talking about the new horror film, M3gan. And that's M3gan with a 3 in there. It's very clever, I must say. She is a creepy AI doll that will destroy your life. If you've seen the trailer or have already seen the film, leave me some comments below. This is a no spoiler talk and review of M3gan. I'm going to just go over some aspects of the film, what I feel about it. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, so if you haven't seen the film, you'll be safe. And I'll see you on the other side of the candlelight. It's time for priming to the premiere. Let's talk about what led up to me watching M3gan. Sometimes you don't really want them to say M3gan because there's like a 3 instead of an E. But it's kind of cool. I end up coming across M3gan on YouTube. Someone was talking about it, one of the movie channels I'm subscribed to who talks about trailers. So the trailer came out. I didn't know about the trailer until I saw this one channel. And what is M3gan? And it was interesting because I do like AI robots and things like that. So, but this was also dolls, like doll horror on top of that. So that was another interesting thing. M3gan looked very interesting because she was like, I don't know, about a 10-year-old or 8-year-old size, relatively large for a doll, and she was an AI doll. So I was like, okay, this looks interesting. So I'm watching the trailer that's on this channel that it had been released already, and they're just showing it and reacting to it. And they show all these little bits and pieces, but then the trailer seems kind of long, so it's giving away a lot, everyone says. But I was like intrigued because this doll has an attitude, and she don't like she's taking anybody's crap, which I'm really gonna feel like I'm gonna be into. But oh, the trailer just made me really be interested in it. So that's kind of what led up to me having interest in M3gan when the trailer came out, and then a whole bunch of movie channels were talking about it, interested in it, and we'll get into why they were interested in it in the next segment, and just the creepiness of the doll. People were saying stuff like she could be Chucky, all kinds of stuff. So it was very entertaining for this to be coming out, and it wasn't long. I think when I saw it, it was like December. It was like the end of November to December when I saw the actual trailer and the reactions to the trailer, and I was like, that's definitely something I'm gonna have to check out. And it did not disappoint. It definitely did not disappoint. So as you can say, I'm like all ready to go. I'm like, yes, excited for M3gan. So I'm primed, and now it's time to talk about the premiere of M3gan. Let's get into the creepiness. After the trailer happened and M3gan was all the craze, all the talk. Now, one of the main reasons why M3gan was all the talk, you would be shocked, was her dancing. Literally, in the trailer, she dances. Like, she does this whole segment. She does this whole segment of a dance scene. And the whole thing around that is in the film. This isn't ruining anything for you, which they showed in the trailer. The little girl shows her a dance, and they kind of do it together. I mean, she is AI, so she picks up on stuff really quickly, and like she just searches stuff because duh, she's AI. The little girl, she, teaches M3gan this dance, and then they use that in the trailer, but like she's doing her thing. she she's doing her thing with the little girl, like, I'm learning this dance, you know. And M3gan actually is played by two people, a young dancer who is professional as a child. I think she's 12. I believe she's 12, between 10 and 12. And the voice actress who plays her is older, adult woman playing M3gan. So there's two people playing M3gan. The little girl, she is a great dancer. I've checked out some of her stuff. She's really cool, but this grabbed everyone's attention. M3gan does this whole little segment in the trailer of doing this dance, and then she attacks someone doing this as she does this dance, like, I got your attention, now you die. So that's very interesting and funny, which I thought was hilarious. A lot of people also thought it was hilarious, but also they thought it was just interesting, to say the least. M3gan does her little dance. People getting excited, like, what's this AI doing? Like, she learning dances and doing performances and stuff, like. But it grabs attention. Like, I think it might grab more attention than they originally thought it was going to. So that's a thing. Like, grab attention things in the film was the stuff that M3gan could do. Not to mention the attitude, like the straight up attitude. There's a part in the trailer and in the film where they're sitting at dinner, and the aunt of the little girl, whose parents have passed away, and her aunt has to take care of her because it was kind of like in the will. The aunt tells her she should eat her vegetables, and M3gan says, because she kind of tells, like, you should eat them, kind of like, you need to do this. And then M3gan's like, well, you forcing a kid isn't the best way, because they won't make good choices about eating healthy when they get older. And she was like, M3gan, like, you need to be quiet, M3gan. And M3gan's like, and she lowers M3gan's volume while M3gan's talking. M3gan didn't like that. Like, if you haven't seen the trailer, make sure you check out the trailer, because seriously, it's worth checking out before you maybe look at the film or whatever, because you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. Though I'll put a few shots of it here in the video. That sequence happens, and then you kind of start seeing M3gan's like, what did you say to me? I think the aunt is giving, I mean, she's the creator of, like, she made M3gan. Like, she's the designer of M3gan, the AI designer of M3gan. She even made, like, this other AI on there. So she's the creator. She's like M3gan's parent would be, or she's M3gan's creator. So yeah, so she's like, I'm your boss, M3gan. Do what I said, M3gan. M3gan, shut off, M3gan. M3gan's like, I'll shut off as long as I feel like it. Oh wait, I'm not really off. And she's like faking like she's off sometimes. Like, listen, don't mess with M3gan. That's what it comes down to. M3gan's getting closer to the little girl, which is like the whole point, because the little girl's parents passed away. So that's kind of like why the aunt whole like thing to get her with M3gan. Though she already had the project, so it kind of worked out. Like, kill two birds, one stone. Got my project plus this kid that I now have to take care of. We'll have someone to watch it when I don't feel like it. That's a lot of people didn't like the aunt, I heard, because of her attitude towards having a child show up in her life, but it's to be expected. Like, she didn't plan on having any kids at the time, as far as the movie scene, the story arc. But like, I don't know what people expect. Like, it wasn't her kid, and even though she's related to the child, it's still like she's like an aunt, and suddenly the little girl's parents pass away and everything. So yeah, so her demeanor as far as having a child that she didn't have before, it's not really that surprising that she reacted that way. Plus, the type of person she is, like the genius type that used to working in a lab and making AI and all this stuff, is not used to having a kid around the house. There's even one segment in the movie where the social worker has to come over, and she's like talking like this kid is 5 when the child is not 5. Like, roll a ball to her, and the woman's kind of like, that's my collectible thing. That's not really how you play with that or use it. And the social worker's like, ew, you like toys? Like, I was like, I don't like this social worker. Not one bit. But anyway, the social worker's very uncool. But anyway, she's like, play with the child, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, can I just give her a tablet? M3gan plays with the child. She talks to her. So she's kind of cool. But unfortunately, it gets dark. Like, I'm just messing up the whole thing. Like, it gets it gets dark. Duh, it's M3gan, and it's horror, so of course it gets dark, which that's what we're here for. We're for the darkness. M3gan is not having any of the creator's attitude bothering her, and things kind of take off from there. And M3gan does some things that are bad. She's watching the aunt's reaction to the little girl. Like, she's like, you're not treating her right. And she's looking at the aunt, and she's like looking at the little girl at one point, and she's supposed to protect her because that's how she's programmed, you know. She's supposed to take care of the little girl. She kind of like imprints with her, like, so the little girl is like who she cares about. So it's kind of like, okay, obviously if you make her like that, what do you think's going to happen? I mean, what do you think's going to occur here? Like, she's AI. The logic starts setting in. If someone tries to hurt the little girl, what do you think her how outcome and her thought process is going to be? Like, what did you think is going to happen, Auntie? In the trailer, you can see, so I'm not giving you any spoilers, really. The little boy's trying to bully Candy, and M3gan's there, and he starts messing with M3gan because she's a doll. Like, he doesn't know that she's like AI and she could do things. Like, she could do all the things. Okay, so M3gan, he's a bully. I can't say he didn't have it coming, but M3gan chases him and an accident occurs. And then there's the neighbor who's being kind of annoying, and M3gan might have to check that out too. So that's a lot of what goes on. And I'm kind of on M3gan's side a little bit sometimes. I'm just saying, but I am the mistress of horror, so it's not too surprising. So these people had it coming. What can I say? Yeah, let's just call him Billy, little boy Billy. Like, look, Billy, you're bullying. You know, there's consequences to that. I'm just saying. So having unfortunate for you, you met M3gan. The longer the movie goes on, the more M3gan's rebelling against her creator. Okay, so she's like, I'm not having any of this nonsense you're talking about. Like, trying to turn me off and tell me what to do. Like, I was pretending that that was a thing from the start, but honestly, at the start, M3gan was in control of herself. Like, let's just be honest. She just was. There was like, right when in the lab part, they were like, oh, let's hook up, let's test out M3gan before M3gan became a thing. And then she started saying some stuff she shouldn't say. After all that, we have the big premiere of M3gan to the public, and everyone's excited about it. I mean, in the movie, like, they're excited, like, because she did it. She made an AI, and it's going to be great for kids. It's expensive, apparently, super, super expensive, apparently, but people are still excited for it because who wouldn't be at this point, right? It's going to help kids. It's going to help emotionally. I mean, it's going to probably be a lot of parents just leaving their kids with M3gan. I mean, we know that that's what's going to happen. M3gan comes in different looks. All kinds of stuff is going on. It doesn't work out. It's wham bam, no good. Like, it doesn't work out at all. And M3gan's gone off the deep end. She's had enough. The creator, she's trying in her AI thought process. She's protecting the little girl because that's what she's there for. I say she was doing her job fairly well. I mean, she got tired of M3gan noise, M3gan doing stuff, M3gan acting out. Like, M3gan was like, "Listen, I thought we was having a conversation. Who told you to try to tell me not to talk and turn me off? Like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that." She's like, I thought we were having a conversation. That's time for the doll to go. So yeah, actually, and she does do that. That part does occur. Like, she's like, no, we're not having that. M3gan can drive too. Like, I found out, like, she can drive. You see that in one of the trailers. Like, and she driving. My girl picked a good car too. She gonna do what she wanna do. She can drive. Nobody's stopping her. M3gan said, I'm independent. I'm getting in this car. I'm gonna. She's AI. She can do anything. So she has good taste too. I must say. You'll see. You'll see. She has really great taste in cars. Just saying. M3gan gets back to where she wants to be, and she does her thing. Like, okay, enough of you. I'm done with this. Without giving away the end, just say that I don't know how I felt about the end. I mean, I'm very much into, like, you know, certain types of endings, but everybody has their favorite types of endings, and it wasn't a bad ending by any stretch of the word, and I think it worked out fine. I think there's going to be more M3gan, to say the least, in the future. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed that that's the case. I am looking forward to that if that is going to be a thing, because it's a pretty good film, and I think M3gan would destroy Chucky. I'm just saying, like, M3gan would destroy Chucky. So there's no contest on that. And look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. M3gan is definitely doing some killing in this film. Like, she's not joking with you. She's not playing. M3gan, don't mess with M3gan. You know what? Around, you're gonna find out. You don't mess with M3gan. Like, M3gan's not playing. Like, if you want to mess with her, go right ahead. But it'll probably be the last thing you do. We're not even gonna pretend that M3gan won't end you, because she will. You overstep your bounds, you're gonna find out. Okay. Like I said, you know what around, you're gonna find out with M3gan. That's facts. Now, my thoughts on the final look, as I like to say, and that will be the film in this case. Now, M3gan was a great film, and I really liked it, and I enjoyed it immensely. And I'm hoping that there's a sequel. I'm hoping that there's a part 2. It kind of definitely had that vibe at the end, not gonna lie. So it was definitely worth it. Like, they did a great job with it. I'm always looking for new horror, and M3gan did deliver. The ending wasn't perfect or anything. Like, well, nothing's perfect anyway, but there was something else I wanted in the ending. Not that it wasn't complete or anything like that, but again, I said it kind of will leave it where you could probably possibly have a sequel to M3gan, which I think they're going to do, because it did very well, was doing well still. So I'm expecting to see that, and I did enjoy it. If I had to rate it, if I was rating it, if it was a rating type of thing, it definitely would have, like, top tier. If I wanted to look at a film with AI that was doll based AI, M3gan would top it, because it's just is good. It's good stuff. Her attitude, the way she takes care of herself, the way she kills. If you're interested in M3gan, definitely check out M3gan. So yeah, let's wrap up this talk and review of M3gan. For the wrap up, M3gan, again, like I said, it's a good film, but I probably would have done something a little different with the ending, with some of the characters. But that's just my personal writer feelings coming out. That being said, definitely check out M3gan. It's worth the watch. You won't be disappointed with it. You'll be creeped out. You'll be doing the face like, get this doll out of here. Lady, why'd you bring this doll in your house? Like, why'd you bring this creepy child-sized doll in your house? There's obviously going to be, it's going to do something. Like, it's going to do stuff to you. And nothing good is going to come of this. The doll's creepy. Like, why'd you bring it to your house? That's kind of like, but this is horror, and it's got to happen. It's creepy stuff has to happen, so you got to take a step, and she took the step. So, but anyway, check out M3gan. It's really good. Not disappointed at all. Let me know in the comments if you've seen M3gan already, if you're going to go see M3gan, and what you thought of it, or once you go see it, come back and leave me a comment and let me know what you think of it. I enjoyed it, and I hope there's a sequel. More M3gan is thumbs up. More M3gan, please. If you enjoyed the first episode of Mistress, Mood, and Candlelight, where I talk about horror books, horror films, and horror video games that I'm currently into, watching, playing, reading, then please show back up for next month's video. And I'm going to be covering A Dream of Red Hands by Bram Stoker. And I have never read this short story by Bram Stoker, so you'll be in for a treat of my treat of having read it for the first time. So look forward to that episode where I put on makeup while I talk about some creepy horror-based things. I will see you in the next one. Stay scared.